Flashback to 1990, a year that changed the movie game forever. It was then that the world met the talented Reginald Hudlin with his groundbreaking debut film, House Party. This hilarious coming-of-age movie set the tone for an incredible career that spanned 3 decades and counting.
What's your name?
Django.
He attacked me!
This here is Mr. Thurgood Marshall. Man is an attorney. You will treat him with the respect that he deserves.
Where are you going?
Why do you want to know?
Hey! We'll ask the questions, you answer.
Damn! Just like fighting my little sister.
You the man.
You used to be my money guy, my assassin.
I will crush you!
They're not gonna cancel the Oscars because I quit. The last thing I need is to lose another job to Kevin Hart, okay? Welcome to the 88th Oscars!
Human beings in a mind, what's a mind to a king? Anything.
Never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish.
Every day we go harder, for the night we live faster. When the rain come down harder, let it play, we go faster. For the pain
We have the answers we need.
Reggie's current movie is called Candy Cane Lane. It's a Christmas comedy starring Eddie Murphy and Tracee Ellis Ross. Some people are calling it an instant holiday classic. Take a look.
I need your breakfast amount of reindeer.
What? Why are you like this?
Thank you so much, baby.
Look.
Got a lot of spice.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, hey!
What's Christmas without a little terror?
Check that list twice.
What was your Christmas wish?
I just want it to be the best Christmas ever.
Oh, ignore all the fine print. Honestly, it's like you're signing your life away.
This is crazy.
Hold up, that was your wish? Not like, I don't know, world peace?
End hunger.
And homelessness?
Stop climate change.
Save the polar bears?
New Drake album.
Oh, I love Drake.
Point taken.
We were privileged to sit down with Reggie to talk about his latest film as well as his journey from East St. Louis to Hollywood. Reggie, thank you so much for joining us here. I want to congratulate you first on the St. Louis International Film Festival award that you received last night. Tell me about that experience.
It was beautiful. The fact that St. Louis has had an international film festival for over 30 years, and then to get a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's basically, look, it's nice to be honored anywhere, but when you're honored at home, surrounded by your family, from your childhood friends, that means the most.
So it's been 40 years since you introduced this project at Harvard University that would later become House Party. As I understand it, it was actually inspired by a song from Luther Vandross. Let's talk about that.
I've been working all summer to save up enough money to shoot my senior thesis student film. And I'm packing up, and I got the radio on, and as an exercise, because music videos really weren't that big in the black community at that time. So I would make my own video in my head. So Luther Vandross, Bad Boy Having a Party On, which is a jam.
Throw back the rug, everybody. Move all those tables and chairs. There you go.
And so I'm making this video in my head, and I'm like, wait, that could be a good video. Wait, that could be a movie. And I wrote the script overnight.
In 1990, you and your brother came back and premiered House Party at the Galleria here in St. Louis. What did your family and friends think of this movie?
Well, it was great because, you know, I was, of my set of cousins, I was one of the youngest ones. So they're like, little Reggie, look at you made a movie. Little Reggie made a movie. And that was nice. And, you know, it's funny, that Midwestern love, because I remember Tony, my cousin, said, yeah, I saw your movie. It's pretty good. Hollywood, they got, you're a genius. You know, but my cousin's like, it's pretty good.
Can you tell me briefly that story that you told about Eartha Kitt meeting
Grace Jones?
Grace Jones.
Yeah, we were
on the set of Boomerang.
We were shooting Boomerang. It was the big scene when the whole cast comes together. And I didn't know it, but Eartha Kitt and Grace Jones had never met. So, you know, Eartha Kitt, who fears no one. Remember, Eartha Kitt was in the White House and he cussed out President Johnson and the First Lady. What are we doing in Vietnam?
And she was blackballed.
Yes. And I, you know, but she's still working. She was still working.
Because you
put her in the movie. That's right.
You know, the last time I worked with Eddie and Reggie's 30 years ago on Boomerang. So I didn't know it would take this long, but we just picked up right where we left off.
So this is your first Christmas movie and it reunites you with Eddie Murphy. What's your hope for this film?
There's two things that I'm getting in terms of the feedback and when people see the movie. A lot of people are telling me it's an instant classic. I'm like, an instant classic? Are you sure? Oh yes, oh yeah, we're gonna watch this every year. I'm like, wow. So that's a wonderful compliment. The even nicer thing they say is, woo, we needed this movie right now. We're the antidote. You know, there's a lot of drama going on. You know, a lot of tension in the country, a lot of tension in the world. And the movie delivers on the Christmas spirit of, can we just come together first as a family, right? Mom, dad, kids, grandma, grandpa, the dogs and the cat, and watch something together and we all laugh together. And if we can just get that feeling, then we're doing something.
You got Tracee Ellis Ross in there,
Yes.
Diana Ross's daughter.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, the great thing about making a movie with Eddie Murphy is that everybody wants to be in a movie with Eddie Murphy, so you can get the best. And Tracee Ellis Ross is the best. She's a brilliant comedian. She's a wonderful actress. And man, when you see the two of them together, the chemistry is magic. They are both hilarious. They make each other better. You believe them as a couple. We believe them as parents worrying about their kids. You believe them when I put them in these crazy, fantastic situations. I just couldn't ask for a better team.
And DC Young Fly.
Yes!
Hilarious.
DC Young Fly is hilarious. I've been dying to work with him. And I said, you know me, I like to have an all-killer cast. So Eddie, Tracee, DC Young Fly, Robin Thede, Nick Offerman, Chris Redd. I mean, it's stacked. Yeah. I like to be unfair. Like, well, now I gotta watch it. That's right. I took the choice away from you.
And this seemed to be a little different from what we've seen from Eddie Murphy. I'm used to punchline after punchline from him, but it's a little different from him having to sort of capture every scene.
Well, you know, when we start working on the movie, Eddie says, I want to do something different every time.
What's the difference between directing somebody like Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, or Bernie Mac from somebody like Chadwick or Eartha Kitt?
You know, it's all the same job. It's really, first of all, listening to that actor and finding out what they want. You know, usually at that level, they're like, okay, where do you want me to stand? Okay, and where do I go? I go from here to here, and I'll finish the line by the time I get over there? Okay, I'm good, thank you. And you go, okay, now I'm gonna put the camera right here, it's gonna swing over here, so don't let that distract you. We got this, boom. You know, so it's great to work with the best in the business because they're the best in the business for a reason.
I do want to ask you about this person here and what comes to mind when you think of him.
Robin Harris, my man.
What do you remember about Robin Harris?
Robin Harris felt like he got frozen in a block of ice in the 1950s. Someone thought about it. Felt like he would be hanging with Red Fox all day. Robin Harris was so funny, such a great man, such a joy to work with, and
unapologetically funny.
Oh my God!
just in your face. I don't care.
Right, but also he was just master of words. He go, the man next to the man next to the man next to the piccolo player. Why did he add piccolo player? And why is the word piccolo player so funny?
Did this tribute to him by putting Bebe's Kids together.
Well, originally we were going to do Bebe's Kids as the next movie after House Party, and it was going to be a live-action movie starring Robin. When he passed away, we said, you know what? We still got to do the movie. We have to honor the memory of Robin Harris and make sure generations going forward know what a great comedian he was. So we got Faison Love to imitate his voice and made the animated movie.
Thing I want to ask you about before we wrap this up, and that is, you've been an executive producer of the Academy Awards before. In fact, you're the second Black person to actually executive produce the Academy Awards behind Quincy. What would you have done if you were producing the awards last March when Will Smith got up and slapped Chris Rock live on stage?
Well, whenever I produce a show, I'm always in the wings. I'm right there. In case if say something gets out of control, I like to step in personally. So I'm not going to second guess, but I would say I'm there specifically for when things get out of control to take control.
On behalf of the Academy Board of Governors, congratulations.
One last thing. Share with me some things that you would want aspiring creators, as we call them today, to know about this business.
Well, I mean, I think the first thing is acknowledge that you have a supercomputer in your pocket. You can study films from around the world. You can read scripts. You can shoot a movie. You can edit a movie. You can distribute it all over the world just from the phone in your pocket. And that's not to mention all the other things you have access to in this world. There's, I was driving there past the St. Louis Library. I used to catch 2 buses from St. Louis, East St. Louis to go to the St. Louis Library because it was a nice big library.
We saw that scene in House Party.
Yeah, so I encourage people, to quote Arthur Ashe, use what's around you and do the most with what you have. And you will be surprised how far you get.
Use those pocket studios. Use those phones. Our thanks again to Reggie. Great interview. Can't wait to see all of your new projects. The film Candy Cane Lane is now available on Amazon Prime worldwide.